you got 3 clubs there, Dan. All different or all the same?
Technically, all different.
Yeah.
Visually, like, I cannot really pick between them. They look absolutely identical. I could have 3 of the exact same clubs looking down there now.
But what are they?
So I've got the MB,
Yeah.
the CB,
Yeah.
and the T100.
Right, so let's test this CB. We'll talk about what that means in a second. This is the new CB from Titleist. This is the club Dan actually games.
Yeah.
So last year's model in this.
Yes.
What's different? What's better? What's worse? Let's have a look. New CB. So you've got yours and the new one there, have you?
So I've got my one here, and then I've got the new one over here.
Let's talk about the tech to get us started in the new one.
Yeah.
What's going on in the new CB?
So we've got one-piece forging technology in here, which is what you would see in MB and CB. You've got the tungsten weights in the 3 and the 4 iron now, up in these sort of pockets up the top here. So where you're seeing here, you're seeing the tungsten being put into those clubs. Not that that would generally affect me, because I'm probably not going to be playing 3 and 4 irons in this set, but you do have it in those top clubs up there. So we're getting kind of tour refined shape down at the bottom, so a lot of tour players giving their input into what we're seeing here. Slight change again in the turf interaction, so they've been playing around with the sole in this particular model. I always find this quite interesting when you say that and then you kind of put it up against what the previous models were. You know, we talked about the turf interaction in the previous model of the CB, which was sort of, they kind of started to shave away at the front here.
Yeah. Sort
of more of a rounded bit at the front, just again to help that sort of interaction with the turf. You've got exactly the same kind of happening here on the new CB, but what is noticeably different is the little sort of shave away at the back. So they have been playing around with this sole, what looks quite a bit at the back of the club, more so than probably the front of the club, looking at what I can see.
So do you reckon there's going to be much of a difference in feel between this and what you are gaming?
I hope, I would like to think not. I shouldn't imagine there should be a big difference in the feel side of it. You know, I'm just hitting there now and this feels like my club, or my old club, should we say. There is, you know, I've messed about with the other set, as in like I changed the lofts on them, so I made them just a fraction stronger, which actually put them little bit more offset. If you look down at this blade now, I actually really like this, possibly a little bit more over what I've got.
Aren't these a little less offset than the prior model as well?
I think they are. I think they are. I think what they've tried to do is try to get a bit of a blend going on here with the 3 sets, which we'll obviously go on to talk about.
Well, let's do that now, because you started that way.
Yeah.
If you grab the other 2, so you've got in your hands there T100, CB and MB.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see, from looking down at them, almost like there's no difference. You can't even spot which one's which, almost.
No, absolutely not. And in times gone by, with previous models that Titleist have brought out, you would start to see, not mentioning any, you would start to see that there was a definite difference. So when I used to look down at the old MB, so the set that you used to use, why I kind of went for the CB over the MB when I had to make that choice was I felt that the CB just had a little bit more roundedness around the head, whereas the MB was looked a little bit squarer in my eye.
Okay.
So there was a definite difference between the 2 heads. If you then went into the old AP2...
Hey! Joel, we've gone so many videos without saying it and you've said it.
So when we went into the old range, model, it was definitely more offset in its visual compared to the CB. Yeah. And it was definitely chunkier on the top.
Totally.
So a thicker top line.
Show us those 3 now. I mean,
which one is which?
It's hard, isn't it? We're seeing they're like so similar, all those 3 now. Really, really similar. So I would say this is a fraction thinner of the MB out of all of them. But certainly T100 and CB are like almost identical offsets and looks, and I think they're doing that because I've been on many tour ranges and everyone, that's a generalisation, but near everyone is blending. They're not one set of clubs. If it's a Vokey, if it's a hybrid, if it's the U series irons, if it's a different like the pitching wedge to 3-iron in this set.
Yeah,
you'd struggle to find it.
Yeah, and I love that. I think that's a really good sort of, because especially for a lot of players, there's some players out there that doesn't bother them. They don't care. They just whatever the club does for them, they want it to work, and they're not really too bothered about the looks. For someone like me, who does get a little bit OCD on looks and things like that, I want to see that. Like, this is a really good thing for me.
So you can start really tinkering.
Yeah, I can tinker away all day long with this, couldn't I? Because you could see, I'm being honest with you now, I could actually see myself going from a set of blades into a CB and then finishing off
where I am almost
with a T100 or even further up.
Yeah.
I love that.
So feel, sounds, what do you think?
Pretty much the same as what I'm used to. So
when we took them outside as well, same?
Exactly the same. Nothing's changed from that point of view. The big difference that I used to find when you move from the CB up to the next range was there was a definite difference in sound. I'm still seeing that. So I'm getting sort of a more thuddy feel off the face of this particular model, so the CB, and then when I move into, let's say, the T100, I'm now getting more high pitch, which is exactly what I was getting in the previous models with Titleist.
What we're seeing in the numbers, Dan, anything? You're hitting a 6-iron?
Yeah, I'm hitting a 6-iron. I'm spinning it at 6.5.
Yeah.
My average carry with it is 168. So that's more where I'm at. I mean, my 6-iron can get up more into the 170s. Like a flush one there that's kind of...
But obviously this isn't loft. Yours is a degree stronger.
Mine is a degree stronger. So I am slightly lower than what I would get out of my current 6-iron.
Yeah.
But there's just one there that was a little bit...
That's kind
low
of the
spin.
button ball, isn't it?
Yeah, that's gone a little bit further. It's gone a fractionally left, but
peaking height at 31. Not high, but certainly not low, and then launching at 16.8.
16.8.
I mean, the numbers are true, which is kind of what you expect from this iron. It's as true as it gets, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, what they have said, okay, and this is something that I've heard through the grapevine, through the reps within the shop, is that in the last model, so the 718 CB, that they had almost made it a little bit too close in its performance to the old AP2.
Oh, you've said it twice.
This CB, they've brought it back. They feel like they've tried to bring it back as in a slightly lower spinning model. Not seeing a great deal of difference in that from what I'm getting from mine to that one. So, and I'm not feeling anything different there. You know, that's just tech talk, the sales pitch a lot of the time, isn't it? But that's what I've heard through the grapevine.
For me, I love the fact that they're blending them all.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. Offsets and what have you are coming in line with those sets. I love the way that looks. It does look like my T100. I mean, that could be my T. You would trick me. Like, if I would never went that way, I would look and think that is just my club. Yeah. Which I think is clever and good. I mean, as a company that just wants to make sure everyone's getting custom fit, like, that makes sense, doesn't it? To give you those options to blend. Yeah. I wouldn't want it to feel. Oh, that's not feeling so good. That's a 1456 side duff ball. Any different to the other year's CBs personally? No. Because I think they have always done this kind of club so well, and I do see this club on tour a lot. Basically, the blade is the least one I see. I see T100 and this more than I see the blade. Because often I think people always think that they're always gaming the blade. I just want that help where I can get it with as good a looking package as you can get. Again, I don't feel the difference with the sole. Again, you could do anything with that, and I would struggle personally to feel it.
And you game the 5-iron in the old CB? 718.
Yeah, I did actually. I like the fact this isn't as offset, because that R5 one I liked it, but it was definitely, you know, you'd look at some offset and slender. Like, offset and slender is a funny mix.
It doesn't
if you're
get-
chunky in offset, it kind of computes.
yeah.
If you're too slender and too much offset,
Doesn't
it
work.
gets a little. It's not a problem, but it gets a little like, really, do I need that offset? The first one of it.
Flush that. That was nice.
Bottom groovy, but fine.
Yeah.
I like the trueness of the numbers. I like the softness of the feel. When we tried it outside again, for me, it just looks, sounds, feels everything I want this kind of club to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can blend, absolutely, I could see people going MB, pitching wedge 9, 8, 7 in CB, 6 in CB, T100 in 5/4.
Yeah.
T100 in 5, T200 in 4. Like, you could totally
Blend it right up.
You would just
couldn't
need to be careful when you flip to T
you? Yeah.
that your lofts are matching up.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean matching up, that needs to match up to how much height you get, how much distance you get drop off as you come down in lofts or not, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Impressed?
Yeah.
Are you going to be changing? Oh, I am hitting it good today. Or are you
Flush.
going to be going somewhere else, I wonder? I think you need a damn good tinkering, don't you?